Hello, welcome to Colleague. Today we are going to go over the Generate Interactive feature. As you can see, the platform has got a little bit of an update. This is still the brainstorm ideas section that you have always seen, where you open the platform and it's the landing page. Now we have some tools at the bottom for ease of use. As you can see, asking Claire and Charlie and creating diagrams, but today we were going to focus on interactive. So when you click on that option, a prompt screen will pop up. You write your prompt, and we will go over the power of prompting. Click on your interactive type, and then pick a fun theme to make learning more engaging and interactive. Once you are done, you can click the Generate button, and we will provide some examples. First, with the power of prompting, you want to be really specific. So generate an interactive lesson of introducing the history of world-famous cities, including flashcards, relevant YouTube videos, Google Maps to help students learn. The lesson can be 90 minutes. So we added all the components we wanted and how long the duration of the lesson should be. From there, you can click the purple Generate button. This will take a second because normally this might take a whole planning period to create, but we're going to have AI do it for us in a minute or two. To save time in this tutorial, we've already preloaded the example. So as you can see, it has the learning objectives for students to unpack and understand the concepts that they are focusing on. It also has an interactive tool of exploring famous cities. They can unpack historical significance, any cultural impacts. And as you scroll down from the screen, there's even a timeline for students to see that modeled for them, how that would look. And here are the interactives that we asked for. On the left, you can see the educational video, and on the right, you can see the interactive maps that students can explore with. From there, there's a research challenge, and following best practice, we want to assess students' understanding and learning of the lesson, so we can use that as a formative assessment data to inform our next lesson. You can see that they get quick feedback as soon as they click on it. When we go to the next example, generate a set of learning activities to illustrate personal finance to a 15-year-old, which may include income, expenditure, and investment interactive charts so that the student can learn the importance of saving and investing early on. So again, the power of prompting, you want to be very specific. From there, we already have the example filled out for you. You can click the Open in a New Tab option to help you stay organized. You can see the student inputs their name and their grade and date. These inputs are very important for student interaction. Then it is broken down into activities. We have a budget builder that students can use to really understand their finances, and it creates a chart that correlates to what they input. From there, the next activity is an investment growth simulator with including a graph. All of these being interactive so students can take ownership and agency of their learning. There is a real-life financial scenario and a saving goal calculator, always including the graphs for the abstract connection to this concrete real-world example. And again, best practices of assessing student understanding at the end of the lessons. And you can also submit a learning portfolio at the very end or print out any of the options. For our next example, we are going to take an existing lesson plan. So on the left, you can see the My Document section highlighted on the toolbar. You can generate these lesson plans and then they will automatically save into your documents or upload one that you have already written. From there, when we click on it, you can go into the right sidebar. This is where historically the podcast generator and simulation have lived. And now we have added a button for Generate Interactive. When we click on that button, it will automatically create the prompt for you so that you don't have to write it at all based on this specific lesson plan. We can click an interactive type of lesson plan and then also any theme. And for this one, we are going to do Winnie the Pooh. In this example that we already have set for you, you can see that it is Winnie the Pooh themed, making students more likely to engage. and again starts with the objectives. There are materials listed for anything that you need and the students need, and then also a warm-up. You can see by the gold buttons, these are the buttons that students can click to interact with the materials. From there, there's a real-life word problem and more examples for them to click and drag and type in and check their understanding. This is all formative assessment data for the teacher. From there, there are more examples and reinforcement of their learning, like a little exit ticket, and this data can be used to create flexible small groups and intervention later on. There's also a math journal reflection for students to practice metacognition and reflect on their learning, and an exit ticket. Last but not least, we're going to go over some specific examples of how you can even make one activity more interactive or gamified. From here, the prompt is create a student-facing worksheet for the Pythagorean theorem proof that follows best math practices and would score strategic thinking by depth of knowledge framework. So inputting all those specific things we want to gamify it, and then we're going to hit generate. From there, you can pop it into a new tab. And as you can see, it's doing an exemplary job of creating visuals and connecting the abstract numbers and equations to those visuals to make the connection real for students and to deepen their understanding of the math. They have areas to type the answers to the questions to really reflect on their own knowledge. For the last part, from interactive worksheets, gamifying, you can even do as simple as a spiral review worksheet. This could be used during a do now or bell ringer activity or independent practice during your intervention. You can print the worksheet off for students so it's ready to go when they enter the classroom. With that, happy exploring, unleash your creativity, and make learning more enjoyable for your students. Share with us on social media any exciting use cases you find and how your students react. Thank you so much for watching.